Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and in today's installment of TGIF, I'm going to tell you how to get started with one of my favorite subjects of all time, Star Wars. The only scene I seem to remember from the first time I watched Star Wars in the theaters with my dad when it was first released in 1977 was the spaceship dogfight in the final battle. But even after seeing it at such a young age, I didn't really latch on to the saga until I purchased my very first Star Wars action figure. This one, right here, years later.
Obviously, I've carried my passion and interest for Star Wars throughout life. I am an adult, but it doesn't mean I have to grow up. And I'm not alone. Join us.
They were more than just movies for me as a kid. They were stories that became a part of my story. And no matter your age, it's never too late to jump into the Star Wars universe. Even if you think it's not for you, Star Wars is a part of cultural literacy. Where to begin? You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear R2-D2 beep, like this. Let's begin now. This is a fantasy world, and as such, different rules apply. There's a mysterious metaphysical power called the Force. Think of it as something that gives living beings special abilities that might be considered magical. The Force can be used for good or evil. The good Force wielders are often referred to as Jedi. The Dark Force, on the other hand, is often associated with a group known as Sith. The first Star Wars movie is also known as A New Hope, and I'm recommending that everybody watch this one before all others. It's the one that started it all, but it's actually billed as Episode 4. Episode 1 came later as a part of the produced trilogy, also known as the prequels. More on that in a bit. Start with the very first Star Wars movie. You'll be thrown right into the action, and it's pretty clear who is good and who is bad straight away. Throughout the first Star Wars trilogy, you'll find the Rebel Alliance, the good guys, fighting to topple the evil Galactic Empire, the not-so-good guys. Let's say, for argument's sake, that you didn't like A New Hope. Fine. I still think you owe it to yourself to push through the next movie, though. The Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5. You'll find that the same characters are having to deal with slightly different issues, and the movie is directed with a completely different tone. Out of all the Star Wars movies, the second one, The Empire Strikes Back, is my favorite. At this point, before watching the final movie in the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi, Episode 6, it's been suggested that you might go through a couple of the prequels first. If you want to research the philosophy behind that idea, it's called the Machete Order. That's not how I would do it, but the approach of interweaving the two series has merit. I say watch the first trilogy first and the second trilogy second, even though a lot of classic Star Wars fans hate the prequels. Trivia time! Return of the Jedi was originally titled Revenge of the Jedi, but George Lucas, the creator of the entire Star Wars universe, thought about how a Jedi probably would not take revenge. It's not a part of the Jedi's character. It's not a part of the Jedi code. So, Revenge was scrapped and Return came back, or it was there in the first place. If you're confused at this point, let me re-clarify. George Lucas had the idea for 9 episodes when the first movie was released. He even expected that the sequels would never even be produced. Not expecting success, the first Star Wars movie was just that, Star Wars. Only later would it have the label Episode 4 attached, making us wonder, what happened in Episodes 1 through 3? Well, that's where the prequels come in. Now, there's a lot of debate surrounding the quality of the prequels, also known as The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. I go back and forth on my feelings towards these movies because it seems that newer audiences don't mind them as much as older audiences do. I grew up with Star Wars, the original trilogy, not the prequels. I didn't find my appreciation for these newer Star Wars films until I saw them through my wife Diana's eyes. I was blessed to be with her as she watched the entire line of Star Wars movies for the first time, and she loved them. She's not even considered a geek either. We broke it up by watching one Star Wars movie a day, and then the next day we watched the next Star Wars movie, according to the order that I've already explained to you in this video. As you can imagine, the prequels, produced much later than the original trilogy, had awesome special effects. But unfortunately, the characters and story fans found lacking. If you like them, great. If you don't, I'm fine with that too. And with that, I hope you're ready to start watching Star Wars. You have just taken your first step into a larger world. May the Force be with you.